Hey y'all, it's your girl Britt with Beaut Tea Told podcast, your relationship podcast where me and my special guest will go over some struggles and challenges that you may be enduring in your dating life and relationship life. And the whole premise is that you're going to be able to learn from our conversations, be able to grow, and overall have a much more healthier relationship when we're done. So welcome for another tea time with your girl Britt. And listen, I want to know this because, me being in this type of situation now, I can now talk about it. So, is it, when it comes to healthy relationships, do y'all really know what that looks like? Is the thought of a healthy relationship, does it seem boring to you? Or, for a lot of us, myself included in the past, what are you just like winging it, just hoping that love will be enough? Let me stop y'all right there. We're going to cut that out right now. We're done. We're done doing it the wrong way. And no shade to my relationship people that's out there in regards to like channels, because I watch quite a few relationship channels. I'm subscribed and locked in with them too. A lot of them are giving that advice, but have yet to really find that person that completes them. I, on the other hand, am in a healthy, growing, glowing relationship. But again, I want you guys to be in it too. I don't want to be by myself. So your girl is here that we're going to get locked in, and I'm going to tell you exactly what a healthy relationship consists of and what you need to do to be able to maintain it. So let's get locked in. And of course, y'all, now I know y'all probably have not noticed, but if you go back to the previous episodes, I actually have had this in every episode. Now, did I always have to grab it? Not so much. I've had great guests on that I really have forgot all about it, but Faith Journal always near and dear, close by me in case I need to look back. So today, y'all, I'm rocking solo, as you can see. So y'all stuck with me today. So I hope y'all don't mind, but let's get into the topic of how to find a healthy relationship, what it all consists of, and how to maintain it. So first and foremost is trust. When I tell y'all, again, I am only able to tell y'all now because I learned from past relationships that didn't have it. Trust is so important. When I tell y'all that the insecurities have to stop. You sitting up here surveillance where they're going, looking in their phones and all that, we got to cut that all out. You got to have trust and faith in your partner in order for this thing to even go anywhere. You're going to be spinning with your wheels just turning, and you're not going anywhere direction-wise because you are still doing the same bad habits that have got you nowhere, relationship after relationship after relationship. So what is it? Einstein says that, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. You cannot find a healthy relationship doing the same thing. So when it comes to, and shout out to my boo. This whole outfit is him, by the way. Birthday just passed. Cancer season. I love y'all. All right, I'm back. So when it comes to trust, you got to have trust. Now, I also learned from a great relationship coach, shout out to Tony Gaskins, that when you're ready to be able to move on into a relationship is when you can go in there with none of the baggage from your previous one. They get a clean slate as they so deserve, because that person that you have in front of you is not the person you had from back then. So fair game, let them be able to show you who they are, and then you make your decision from there. Okay? Fair enough? Number two is probably even more important than number one, but I'm going to throw it out there anyways. Communication. And I know y'all have heard me say this time and time again, it will never get old. Communication is so clear and it's so key to having any type of relationship, a good one, whether it's a business relationship, a personal relationship. Shoot, whatever it is you're trying to do, you got to have clear communication. And when I say that, I mean that you're able to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly of whatever it needs to be discussed. There is no withholding truth. There is no fear in having to talk to your partner. You should be able to tell them anything and everything. Now, here's what I mean. I'm going to use an example. I'm going to use myself because although, like I said, I'm in a great relationship, a healthy relationship with a man that has changed my mindset that this was even possible. I knew it could be possible, but it's different when you're in it. You know what I mean? So when it came to communication, there was an instance where we had set up a date night. It was something casual. It wasn't nothing really like reservations or anything. It was just like a Netflix and chill. But I also had forgot I had set aside an event to go with my girlfriend. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to be a little bit later. It shouldn't take long. I'm with my girls. We're just doing this and I'll be done. Yeah, that didn't work like that. So, yeah, we did the event and we had a good time, good girls' night out. But then they're like, oh, let's go here, turn up, turn up, turn up. And I'm just like, okay. And before I knew it, I have this man sitting here waiting, chilling, like, okay, what we doing? Now, although I was in communication, so I was in the phone texting, hey, they decided to want to just kind of switch gears a little bit and do this. He was like, okay, are you sure, you still want to try to make it for us to hang out? Like, we could always move it. And I'm like, no, I'll be there. Now, the crazy thing in my mind is I have like 50 things on my agenda for the day, and I always feel like I could do all 50. Not humanly possible, but in my mind, I think I can do it all. So me trying to tie our date with the girls' date at the time sounded like I could manage it. It was an epic fail. Me and my girls, we ended up staying up so late that he ended up texting me like, hey, I'm just going to get ready to go to sleep. I'm really tired. I'll catch you some other time. Have a good night. Honestly, y'all, I'm so in sync with this man. I knew I messed up. I messed up. I did not uphold my end of the bargain of us actually hanging out and chilling. So, next morning comes, we always text good morning. So this one, I texted him good morning. He said, good morning. We need to talk. I'm panicking, y'all, because I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to lose my man. I just got him. Like, things have been going great. No, I just messed it all up. It's about to be over with. We need to talk. I'm not okay, y'all, because I'm like, oh shoot. Like, I knew I had messed up, but let me explain, like Kevin Hart says, So and then he follows it up with, are you available to talk now? Now my heart is like boom, 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 boom. Because now I'm like, oh my God, I really don't know what this man is about to say. He's a straight shooter, y'all. He gonna tell you what it is. He's very much also kind-hearted of how his words are said. He doesn't say it to, attack me or anything like that. He's very sensitive when it comes to me. So he does know it's not what you say, but how you say it. So cool. So I'm like, sure, let's talk, I guess. And so we call and I'm like, hey, how are you? And, he's like, well, how was your time with your girls? So selfless, I was like, oh, it was fun. I was like, I do apologize about, yesterday. I know we were supposed to hang out and chill. He's like, yeah. He was like, so what I wanted to talk about was you got to get better with your time management. He was like, it's okay. You want to go kick it with your girls or whatever. But in the midst of that, you had me, just waiting. And, that's not fair to me. Now, the old Brittany, a couple years ago, Brittany would have been ready to defend myself. I'm ready. I already had I'm already strategizing as he's talking, like, okay, but this, like, hey, I was making sure that I was texting you. Hey, you already knew about my girls' night. You already kind of knew that I was preoccupied. It could possibly go over time, blah, blah, blah. I had this whole thing in my head of what I was going to get ready to spew out. Something in me immediately reverted back and was like, no, we're not about to do that. What we're about to tell this man is, you know what? You're right, and I apologize, because at the end of the day, I still stood this man up. I still did not uphold my end of my word, which I take very close to heart of, I want my word to be my bond, that we did not get to have that date night, even if it was a Netflix and chill. Let's say if it was dinner, like whatever the case may be, we had set aside a date that did not come to pass. So I want to tell my beauties as well as my gents that instead of always being in the defense mode, already ready to duke it out, already ready to be like, hey, I was right because of this, and this. How about we start taking a step back and realizing that I need to attentively listen to what they're saying. And instead of me ready to defend, let me actually take in what they're saying and actually realize that, yeah, I actually could have been wrong. I actually was wrong when I really thought, the 5 seconds it took me to step back. I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I do need to be better with my time. And moving forward, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So next time, if it's a girls' night, hey, babe, I'll catch you another day. If it's vice versa, hey, girls, sorry, I already have date night scheduled with my boo. We'll hang out another time. That's it. Figure out what's going to work best for you. So communication, again, is very key, and you find out what works, what doesn't work. You find out how to resolve and, simmer down any type of what could be an explosive argument. If you just talk with maturity and really just have that communication locked in, so many arguments will never even come to surface. It'll never even evolve into anything because you already put it to bed. So communication, like I said, I want to even make that as number one because it is. And number three is respect. So it kind of ties into that. Like, you should be respecting your partner enough to be able to not be doing things that's going to tick them off, being more attentive of what their likes and dislikes are, like just really being respectful. When you're out in public, if there's something that you don't agree with, have those private conversations. It does not need to be a show in front of them all of how you didn't like this, you didn't like that. Like, let's have some maturity. Let's do things in a better manner. So when it comes to respect, very important, especially because, I've had the honor of having so many male guests on, that is something that they really, truly treasure and take to heart, is having a safe haven, a safe place where they can be able to talk, and it doesn't need to be the whole public's information of what's going on behind y'all doors at home. So again, you guys, especially my beauties, I gotta speak to y'all because we tend to just go rah rah rah, pop off, and we don't care. That is where things can really go sour real quick. So again, if you have something that you don't like, I'm not by any means telling you to dismiss it altogether, but how about we just take that uh, in that moment and let's settle it at home. Let's settle it at home. And I'm telling y'all, you're welcome. It'll be a much better, overall relationship because now you guys have that open concept where you can be able to talk and really just be able to lay it out on the table at your own table. Okay? So, yes, y'all, I had to write a lot of this down because I really had to think about what has been made this relationship with my current boyfriend the best and healthiest relationship I've ever been in my 37 years of life. So, again, these are some things that I have been able to not only personally be able to learn and grow, but again, from conversations I've had with guests, with conversations when the cameras aren't rolling, that I've been able to really take in. So I really, truly hope that this is helping y'all. And if there's anything that y'all feel like I'm missing, make sure y'all put it in the comment section. I want to hear y'all. So when it comes to emotional support, so this is a big one because I really feel like my beauties and gents, we both got to be on this. We got to be on the same page with this. So when it comes to emotional support, one thing that I will say that my man makes sure he does is he supports the heck out of me, whether it's watching my podcast, whether it's giving me the critiques that maybe I don't want to necessarily hear, but I need to hear. So whether it's coming up with different ideas that I need to execute on so that way I can be able to further take my channel to the next level. So, and again, I do the same for him, in his time, he also does DJing. So I'm making sure that I'm showing up to the events. I'm making sure that I'm getting some video footage of him that he can be able to use to promote on his page. I'm making sure that I'm promoting, his events, on my page. Like, there's so many different things that we could be able to do to level each other up. And again, it's supporting one another. It's being able to, cheer each other on. It's being there for each other. It's really being locked in because we appreciate and respect what each other is doing. And it also helps whenever me and him are formulating like our time together and things like that. I respect what he's doing. So, hey, I know you got an event tonight. So, hey, maybe date night can be this day instead. Or for him, hey, I know that you're recording from this time to this time. So tell you what, let's just move it to this time so you have enough time with your guests even after the camera stop rolling. So again, it is just being mindful and just being that, because I mean, honestly, he's probably my biggest supporter. I mean, I have so much support from family, from friends, from strangers. But it's nothing like the person that you truly share that bond with, to have that type of emotional support. Game changing and life changing all in one. So make sure y'all emotionally support each other. I'm just saying. And when it comes to equality and reciprocity, so this is where I've always been the type of person where I'm just like, I want there to be balance in a relationship. I never want the guy, or I never want my gent to feel like he's doing more than what I am. But I've also learned and grown to know that that may not always be the case. It can't always be 50-50. So when it comes to, there may be times where he's doing more for me in this particular area, like a perfect example, my birthday. Like, how's it gonna be equality? It's my birthday. So of course, he steps up, he made sure that it made my day special by doing this, by getting me gifts and, knowing my love language, things like that. Now, here's where the reciprocity gonna come into play, because when his birthday comes, he now leave your wallet at home. I got it. Your day is planned with me. We gonna go do X, Y, and Z. Now, even on a day-to-day basis, after he did so many date nights, of setting up reservations or, making sure to book this and book that, it's my turn. I'm gonna need, hey, don't worry about next week. I got it. Like, it's on, like, date night is on me, because I want him to also feel appreciated. I want him to also feel loved and cherished and all of that good stuff. So again, beauties, there is nothing wrong with you being able to treat your man if he is treating you well. Now, by no means am I saying to treat this man all the freaking time and he ain't did nothing to show himself approved. This is healthy relationships I'm talking about, y'all. So mind shift change. So if he's doing it for you and he's staying consistent, he's showing you that he's showing up and showing out every single time, he's doing all of what needs to be done, no problem with you being able to do the same. So again, it's that reciprocity, it's that equality that really is going to help you guys' relationship continue to blossom, continue to grow, continue to just be beautiful. Okay? And then sixth and final, y'all, is conflict resolution. So going back to my example that I shown you guys, where I basically had to apologize. I had to swallow my pride and be able to say, you're right, I apologize. There is nothing wrong with apologizing when you're wrong. There is nothing wrong with forgiveness, true forgiveness, okay? So if you're going to forgive a person, please don't keep bringing it back up and, beating a dead horse with it. So if you're going to forgive somebody, forgive them and really mean what you say. So when it comes to, conflict, it should never explode into something that you're calling each other names. It's getting to the point where it's toxic and you're putting hands on each other. It should never get to that point, because again, if you're having the mature conversations from the get-go, it literally simmers down anything that could possibly erupt into more. So I just want y'all to know that those are definitely some of the traits that I feel is going to create a healthy relationship. Those are the things that you should be looking for. Beauties, y'all should be looking for that in your gent, you should be looking for that in your beauty, because, and it's, you notice how it's all positivity. We don't need, so toxicity does not need to be present in a relationship for it to be able to thrive. It is really the good inner qualities that is really going to make your relationship the best, if not the greatest, that you have ever experienced. And again, I want all of y'all to have that. So I told y'all all of the things of what to look for in a healthy relationship. Hi, okay, so great, Britt. I got all that. So now what? How do you maintain it? I'm going to just blast these out real quick. Some of it may be repetition, but a lot of it's still very vital information. So for one, keep that communication going. Check-ins are very important. There has been times when I have checked in with my man where he may not have wanted to openly express it, but when I tell him, hey, what's wrong? And if he brushed me off and say nothing, I'm like, I'm gonna give him that look. Like, boy, what's wrong? And that's when he knows that he can be able to tell me. I don't care if it's ugly. Tell me. Well, it was this or it was that. Cool. Because now I can be able to better know you and be able to know, okay, so let me not do that no more. Or, okay, why do you feel that way? So we can have even further conversation if need be. But again, the overall goal is so that way he don't have to be, sitting in his feelings, and I don't have to be up here like, okay, what's the problem? So now there's no imaginary issue or conflict, because we done already talked it out, worked it out, and moved on. So number 2 is prioritizing quality time. So very important. So for my beauties, this is important for you guys, because I know there's been a lot of those who, oh my gosh, I like this guy and he's really cool, he's really special, but he's not being consistent. He's not taking the initiative to set up those date nights. He's not calling you every single day or texting you or checking in with you, making sure you're good. So be mindful, because quality time means just that, quality time. You guys should have some scheduled, arranged time that you can be able to carve out for one another to be able to spend that time. You cannot grow a relationship without actually spending time together. It is impossible. Make it happen, even if it's long distance. FaceTimes to make sure that we're connecting, we're face to face, we're locked in, we can read each other, we can be able to vibe and really have that connection. So it's very key, very vital that you do this. And gosh darn it, show some appreciation. Show some appreciation. When I tell y'all, this is when your intensive listening should really kick into high gear, because if you really feel that person, you are listening. So let me show you an example, because for one, what I have on me right now is product of this man listening. And I didn't even realize I had told him this. I just be talking sometimes, y'all. So I have had some struggles, unfortunately, with my body. At one point, I was too tiny. I lost a lot of weight in my weight loss journey. I got too small. Then I was able to get it to a place of my goal weight. Cool. But then, the gym started slacking just a little bit. Maybe I might make it two days this week. Maybe because of my events and everything, one day this week. Maybe I might be able to hit 3 days. So very inconsistent. One thing I have stayed pretty manageable on is my diet. But when I realized that I had gained a lot of my weight back, and I'm like, whoa, but, I still felt incredible and still look good, but I'm noticing my clothes ain't fitting the same. I'm ordering stuff from Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova sent me a check, and I ain't getting no money. Matter of fact, Nike sent me some checks. But I'm up here sending orders back because it's not fitting right, and I'm like, yo. So I'm starting to get discouraged. For one thing, he was my emotional support to say, hey, I love the way you are. We got this. Have you been cheating on your cookies? Just trying to find out what is the underlying issue of maybe how I gained this weight. But also, let's kick it into high gear. I started, getting my body together, and I started accepting what is. And the great thing, guys, is that it's really just like the muscle weight that I pretty much gained that has helped me to actually have a nice little figure. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned to be okay with this weight gain. But one of the things that I had told him was like, yo, I don't think I'm in a medium anymore. I think I might be in a large, but you know what? It's all good. I just know now what to order. So my second Fashion Nova order, success. You know what I mean? And when it comes to my birthday, he surprised me with, the outfit, whatever, that I'll be using for my vlog soon. And I was like, oh shoot, like I looked at the sizes and I was like, oh my gosh. He's like, yeah, I remembered you saying that, you're no longer in a medium, you're in a large. I forgot I even told this man. But because he's so locked in, because he knows my love language is gifts, so he hitting on all cylinders. So gents, you're welcome. I'm telling you, listen to your lady. When she's throwing, we throw hints and don't even realize we're throwing it. We're letting you know what it is that we want or we desire, or, changes with ourselves. So make sure that you locked in and really listening. Beauties, make sure you're listening when it comes to maybe his favorite hobbies. Maybe it's something that he's had his eye on. Maybe it's something that he done threw on his Instagram story that he desires. There's nothing wrong with showing appreciation and just surprising them with that gift, especially if it's within budget. Now, if it's a Rolex watch, she gonna have to wait. If she looking for a Tiffany bracelet, she gonna have to wait. But again, it is nothing wrong with being able to once in a while show that person that you really truly appreciate them. And sometimes even just saying it goes a long way. Even taking a blank card and just writing a cute little note with a flower. I'm telling y'all, it's the little things, like Ella May sings in her song, it's the little things that truly, truly makes the relationship so much better. It makes it 100 times better than what you ever experienced in your past. And continuing to grow individually together. So as you continue to grow, as you continue to learn each other, as you continue to know what likes and dislikes of the person, before you know it, your relationship is also doing the same simultaneously. So again, being able to be locked in with your partner, being locked in with yourself too, it helps go a long way. Because like I said, Brittany from a couple years ago is not the same Brittany that you see today. So we should always be wanting to evolve and grow and to be better than we were the day before. So nothing wrong with your partner doing the same. And like I said, everything around you will do as well. So, and I'm going to say just always stay curious. That's going to be my bonus for y'all. Stay curious. Stay studying your partner. Stay learning them. Stay on top of it, because they said that we are always changing. I forget what the number is. I want to say every 3 years or 7 years, where we're forever changing. And some of those things might be your likes, your dislikes. You might find out that you're allergic to something that you've been able to eat your whole darn childhood. And now all of a sudden it ain't settling so good in your stomach. So always being able to be very attentive to that person as well as yourself is going to be very game changing as well. It's going to help you to be able to know what it is that you need to maybe switch up on. Even when it comes to your date nights, you can now start to tweak those date nights to really, capture, maybe they have a new like that they like to do, a new hobby. Now you can implement that into your date nights. And I'm telling you, a little goes a long way. So I hope that helps. I hope it helped a little bit with somebody, someone, somewhere. And if y'all feel like there's something that I missed, please let me know. Drop it in the comments. And how could I forget? I guess in this case, what makes me beautiful is my never wanting to give up. I'm always wanting to figure out what I can do to make things better, whether that is with myself. So hence, I made the necessary switch ups and changes in regards to my body. If I didn't like the way my body was going, let me fix it. If I didn't like how Beaut Tea Told was looking, let me fix it, which, she been beautiful this year, 2025 been that year. And when it comes to relationships, if there is something that I need to know instead of, getting upset or, having a tantrum, let me figure out what Brittany can do to better the situation. So I'm never giving up. I am always figuring out ways to make things better. So that's what makes me beautiful, especially in this episode when we're talking about healthy relationships. So I hope this helped you guys. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share with a friend. Make sure you drop in the comments if it's something that I missed, because I would love to talk about it. If there's a topic that maybe I have not touched on yet, let me know, because of course I'm going to have a lineup of great guests coming your way. And I would love to be able to use those topics and bring them to the platform, bring them to life. Let's talk about it. So I hope that this helps. I love you guys so much. And of course, as always, let's make a change.